anyone who feels brave enough to get some feedback from these wonderful wizards and me, feel free to start throwing USB sticks, SoundCloud links. We'll get something up on the laptop. We'll listen to it, and we shall give you some constructive feedback. So, anyone? Oh, he's first then. Here we go. Okay. Okay. He's come prepared. Thank you. Strangely warm. Not going to say anything about that. Okay, so I have to go around the other side here. This is like very dramatic, isn't it? Right, so can you, first of all, right, we just throw that in. All right, here we go. Yeah, please do, yeah. Here we go. Which one are we playing? Ejector? Oh, Noble Northern Movement Machine. Okay. Do you want to just give us a shout about what the track's about and what you're trying to achieve with it? What kind of sound?
Of course. Yeah, so this track is just like made in a quick jam. So I think it's got a mixture of like techno and house. Okay. I'd call it technological music. Who knows? We'll see. Thank you.
Awesome. So yeah, we're going to play this for a bit. We'll skip through it to the main bits, and then yeah, we'll take it from there. Here we go. impression of that. Cool. So we start with you, good sir. I don't know, I'm burning a hole in the back of this guy's head. So your feedback for this track?
I really like the atmosphere in it. It have a kind of 90s feeling with this acid sound in the background, which is not completely in the front, but in the back. I really like it. Good atmosphere, good produced. What I miss is, for myself, it's like a ride coming in, like pushing it a little bit more, but it's a fantastic track. Nice one. Good work. Thank you.
Yeah, I really like the track too. I really like the feeling, the atmosphere, some of the synth work, and the breaks are really cool too, like how it comes back in. And yeah, but I also felt that a little bit more percussion, kind of rides or something to give it a bit of a energy into it. I think would be great too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. There's a mixture of everything in there, like a bit of minimal, a bit techie house tech. I personally don't play tracks with breaks, but I could see it was well done. And they keep talking about the atmosphere of the track. I thought that was nice. I could see it at like a Sunwaves festival or something, kind of like with the sun coming up or something like that, Very well produced. I like a lot of like tracks a bit more dirty, filthy, but it was good. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you explain? Tell me where you're from and what are you doing, and are you playing as a DJ or only producing, or?
Yeah, this track was actually made by me and this guy right here.
Okay.
Jam. We're from Finland.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mainly we're producers, but we have gigs now and then, like local.
Okay. Yeah.
Finnish gigs, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the goal.
Yeah.
Like, because I know we can make good music.
Did you produce it in the box, or is it you have an analog studio, or?
It's mainly analog equipment.
Okay, nice, good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Since except for the Rhodes.
Wow.
That's in the box.
Wow.
All the other synths
Yeah.
are hardware. So.
Great. Good to hear that. Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to give you some feedback on my end of things, I think that last sort of drop, it's great. The size of it's amazing. That sort of shepherd tone rising thing maybe was a little bit overwhelming, a little bit too much. But all that needs to be done is just maybe back that off in the mix a little bit, because that's going to have its effect no matter what. It doesn't need to be pushed too hard. And also as well, a bit of feedback on arrangements as well. Obviously, I know we skipped through, but I did notice there's quite a few breaks in the track. And one thing I'd think this track would benefit from is fewer of them, where maybe you build the track around one main break. Because I love that first break, when it drops and it's super clean. Maybe try and incorporate some of that into the main break. And obviously it drops pretty nicely as well. But just that real sharp contrast from that first break, but then backing off on that shepherd tone, and have that to be the one and only break in the track. That'll then give room for the rides and the extra percussion the other guys are thinking about. And it basically just makes this track a bit more like ruthless and a bit more minimal. Yeah. 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 Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes, just one of those. It's becoming. I have the same problem. Like I fucking love a breakdown. Basically, like I'm an old prog boy, so what do you expect? But it's having that little bit of discipline in the arrangement to, and this is something that I've spoken about quite a lot with some friends who are producers of mine who are releasing on labels like Afterlife, for example, where if you have that one really ruthlessly effective drop and build, makes all the difference rather than having two or three, because actually if you have more of them, the impact tends to get lessened. So yeah, maybe hopefully that's a general point for people in the room. Okay, but thanks for letting us play that. That was fantastic. The dynamics, the mix of it, brilliant. Yeah, round of applause for these guys. Excellent work. If you keep making music like that, you're not going to be just playing in Finland anymore. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. Okay, who's next? Who's brave? Oh, we've got a contender over there. Happy days. Right, okay. Let me just quit this. All right, here we go. When you've redone that, can you send that to me? Because I'd play that out. Thank you very much. All right. It's like a game show, isn't it? It's like, what's your name?
Dan,
Where you from?
south of Germany, but I grew up in the UK, so I live in south of Germany at the moment near Basel.
Wicked. Okay.
Switzerland. I rave a lot in Switzerland. All right.
Ah, cool. Wicked, wicked. Okay, and what track are you going to play for us today, and what was the thinking behind it?
I made a track that was inspired by Cleric and Satoic Mass, like this dark, driving, broody techno with trippy elements, and that's what I want to play today.
Excellent. Okay, so yeah, okay, yeah. If you just buzzkill, yeah, I'm just going to play that in. Yeah, of course it is, mate. All right, here we go. Here we go. Gary's happy already. Next. Shall we start with Gary? Because Gary just had a lovely smile on his face almost all the way through there. And just to know for the panelists, could you speak like fully into the mic because we're just picking it up on the internet. Cheers, guys.
Lots of good elements in there. I liked it. It's you could, yeah, I'd play parts of that. The kind of synth that started to come in wasn't quite for me. The percussion parts that you were doing were fantastic. Lots of little bits coming in. You could imagine that with the strobes going and stuff. I just felt that the break just sucked the energy away from it a little bit. Yeah, just kind of, it was just going along really nicely. I like breaks where it's not a complete stop. I like to just keep it going somehow. But I think if that track had a little bit of that, just some percussion, or the kick drum EQ'd, and then bringing it back in, I think that's really good. A lot to work on there. Yeah, nice, moody techno. I can see where you took the inspiration from. Yeah, well done. Good.
Yeah, I really like the track too. Like it had like an organic feel to it. I really like the groove, the rhythm, and the percussion patterns. The fills, they're really really cool. Yeah, like for me the pad was a bit like how it came in, and just the feeling was yeah, a bit weird for me. But other than that, I really liked it, and I think like even for those little percussions, maybe adding like a filter LFO to kind of move it around. I think this will even make the sounds more alive. But yeah, really really cool track. Thank you. Very nice.
Yeah, in my opinion, I also like the track, and it's a really good mood. I like those kind of tracks like Emotic or Cleric, as you said, and like these depressive moods and pads. What I also miss here is a ride. I'm really a big fan of I need a distorted ride coming in. And I think then when you work it out, it will be massive, really. Yeah, good work. Thanks for that.
Yeah, tremendous. Yeah, you can keep hold of that. Yeah. So yeah, for the feedback for me is I totally agree with the guys, and I think picking up on that pad in like that last break, again, what Drunken Kong and Gary have said is totally right, that it does empty out a little bit, and maybe what you need to do is maybe look at building a little bit more there, just to get a bit more tension. So there's yeah, and having, like, if you have that in that last break where it builds and then drops, it almost pays off the more hypnotic parts of the track, because you always get that feeling all the way through. I had a feeling of this is going somewhere, and then we got to that last break and it kind of didn't go anywhere. So you need to kind of give people the payoff, so to speak, you know. So yeah, I mean, work on that. I mean, the pad maybe needs a little bit more texture. One thing you could do is actually resample that, and then maybe drop it an octave and layer it. Yeah. Did you? Oh, we'll do the octave above. Did you? Well, I'll shut up then. But maybe look at thickening it in some way, or layering it with like an extra sound, just to give it that extra little bit of texture. Yeah, cool. Wicked stuff. All right. Who's next? Yo. Straight in there. Thank you very much. You all right? Okay. Right. Do you want to give us a breakdown on who you are and what you're doing with this track?
Sure. My name is Hakim, and this is just a melodic track, so it's some kind of techno-ish thing, I guess.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. Really, really, really specific. I really like it. Is it called Mid-Hat, is it? That one, ID?
That's my name, so
yeah.
It's called ID.
Yeah. All right, cool. I was going to say, it's a really original name you've come up with there. All right, let's have a listen. Okay, can we have a little more level, just so it's respectful in the room? Thank you very much. Okay. There you go. Okay, so that was Mid-Hat with, well, an unnamed track so far. Do you guys mind if I start? Yeah. Is that okay? Okay, fine. So for me, there's a few things that pop out. One is your kick. Your kick feels to me that it needs to be more defined and it needs to have a little bit more impact. Just because it feels like it's kind of the envelope on it's a little long and there's maybe not enough tone in the top end of it in order to make it really, you know, stick out in the mix. It feels like it's kind of blending a little bit with your sub, so maybe look at that. And then that main sort of arpeggiated synth, I feel like it could do with a little bit more movement in terms of, say, for example, the filter cutoff. It could start from maybe a little bit lower down, and you could play around with, say, for example, modulation envelopes on your filter cutoff with decays, just to get a lot more out of it and have it almost constantly move and change shape. And don't be afraid to, at the end of like an 8-bar phrase, say, for example, throw a send out. So when you get those little higher notes, you throw them out to a delay. So they sort of flutter and it gives you a bit more development in the track. Other than that, I think there's definitely a great track there. It's very, very melodic. It's very, very emotional. And yeah, I think with a little bit more refinement on your kick, and obviously you've got the ride in there, so this guy's happy. So everyone's happy so far. And yeah, I think there's a great track that is going to come from this if you sort of assess all the main elements and see how you can refine them, you know, sort of perfect them, sharpen them a little bit more. And yeah, with a damn good mix down on a master, this is going to turn into a beast. I've got to say, in general, so far, I know the guys will probably agree, there's some fucking great music getting played here. There's some amazing talent in this room. I'm really, really impressed. So I'm nitpicking right now, and we're all nitpicking. So yeah, credit to you guys because there's some great music getting played. Okay, over to you.
Yeah, respect for the track, cool one. There's a ride in it, right? Could be a little bit more distorted, more coming into the front. Sounding well, it's a mix down, okay. Not master it. I like the atmosphere as well. It's a big room track, in my opinion, peak time. And work a little bit more on the synthesizer filters, right? But cool one. I think, will work, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like the track, but I agree. Like I felt the kick. I heard it was like a bit muffled. So yeah, like definitely like a top end would make the kick stand out. And I agree with the synth. I also felt like that it could have more movements. So definitely an envelope, decay, release, or even like adding some delays to and automations to some parts maybe, and definitely filter, moving it up and down will create more movement. So, but other than that, I really like the track. And I think it's great. Yeah, great. Nice work.
Cool.
Yeah, good elements in there. I like that. Again, I agree with the kick. I just more kind of meaning there. Just get that really sharp and punchy. I think the arpeggiated synth, yeah, a bit more movement, a bit more. I mean, I would have distorted that a bit more and just made it kind of like quite dirty. And you had to be I'd probably just tighten up that a little bit, make it a bit more sharper. But a good track, yeah, very good. Well done.
Excellent. Okay, who's next? Oh, here we go. I was at your SoundCloud. Yeah. Okay, great. All right. Yeah, I'm on the internet. Yeah, okay, cool. Just going to close all Mitch's porn tabs here just so I can get the SoundCloud going. Yeah. You want to see his bookmarks? All right, here we go. Okay. And which one are we playing here? Luna? Okay, great. Right, okay, so before... Okay. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, do you want to give us a bit of a breakdown on what the track is?
So this track is kind of different because normally I make some dark stuff and some gritty stuff, and I was just like playing with melodics, and I just happened to create this track. And it's pretty cool because it's called Lunar, and it also has like the samples of the Lunar launch. So it's kind of nice.
Cool, great stuff. Okay, so let's just have a little play around and then Give some feedback. Sorry, it's not. No. Okay. Have a little bit more level, please. Thank you. Okay, so that was Luna. Any of you guys want to start? Yep, cool.
Okay, so I really liked the feeling of the track. I thought the percussion parts can be like a bit more elements in there. Like it kind of was a bit repetitive. But yeah, the synth work and stuff I really liked. So I think also like if you maybe work on the break a bit more, like the way it comes in, I really like it. But it's just the actual break. It felt a bit like too simple. So yeah, I think just working on these parts, it's going to be a big improvement. Yeah, but great one.
Cool.
Yeah, at the beginning, the kind of light kick you had going on, it was a bit too there. I would have maybe just had nothing there, and then maybe just brought the main kick in or something like that. I thought there was some good sample elements in there. There was like a live feel in there. Maybe after the break when it was coming back in again, it was a bit. It could have been maybe as if it was meant to happen a little bit more in some way, you know, like. But good elements, good ideas. I felt the break with the I think it was a little bit too simple. It could have had a bit more meaning about it, but some good parts in there, man. Well done.
Great.
I agree with Gary with the kick drum.
Does it need a ride? Just saying.
There was no right. It's a cool track, but in my opinion, there was one idea too much in it. In the beginning, it felt what's really the story behind the track, and then the first break and the drop was really cool, and then this is what was the story I understand in this track. So work a little bit more minimal, in my opinion, and then it's cool. Yeah, thanks for that.
Right, cool. So yeah, I've got the benefit of actually seeing the waveform here as well that the guys don't have. So I'm going to give you a couple of pointers on the arrangement. I've got to admit, I did feel myself wanting to skip through the track a little bit more. And at 7 minutes, it feels a little bit long. So you might want to take maybe 30 seconds out of it. Also as well, there's like a really long sort of like intro into it, which I've got no problem with. Again, being an old prog boy, I love beatless intros. But you've got 2 quite long breakdowns in there. So it's similar advice I gave at the beginning of the session. Maybe look at cutting it down to 1 breakdown and then having it like a really, really impactful build and drop. And as Gary was saying, maybe just go straight in with the main kick. And then that'll give you a little bit more room to explore the elements, which I feel were a little bit restricted. The kick, I thought, sounded great. I think that's got lots of impact, and I think it's a good thing to build from. If you can get the rest of your percussion up to that standard, this track's going to really go up quite a few levels, and it's going to deliver the musical ideas a lot better. So you've got all the elements there. It's just figuring out a structure, and actually with the percussion, be more aggressive. Go for it a little bit more, and then those ideas will be delivered in a much better way. But you've got loads of potential. It's great potential. Excellent. Okay, we've only got about 5 minutes left, so we've got 3 people with their hands in the air. So I suggest we all go outside and sort it out like men. We've got 1 more track. Okay, yeah, okay. So how do we sort this out? I've got to admit, this guy in the glasses did put his hand up first, so I'm going to have to go with this guy. But I'll listen to your track later anyway. Oh, you have it on a link here? Okay. Oh, wow, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's just look here. And it's, right, okay. What, while I type this link in? This one? I know, yeah. It's getting late for you. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. So, sorry, mate, do you want to just give us a quick overview?
Yeah. I'm Luis from Spain. I'm doing a collaboration with 2 friends online via Skype, and it's like a melodic techno. We are trying to aim for like a spectre type of reference, melodic techno, and we are struggling a bit between doing more melodic or more percussive. But yeah, I mean, I'm finding the right mix right now.
Thank you. Yeah, so we'll just, because we're a bit pushed for time, we'll skip through it quite quickly and then we'll get to your feedback, all right? Everyone's awake now. What was that noise? Yeah, we're having that. Nice one. Someone's been dragged into it. That was Doc and Martin. Very nice indeed. Do you want to give some feedback?
Yeah, I like that. Right up our street. That's sad. Yeah, it's definitely our kind of style. Sort of what we do with Spectre and Respect, sort of bringing the melodic things back in, which I'm going to be talking about in a minute, actually. But if anything, I didn't actually catch the break, but I would say maybe there's possibly one element too many. You know, there's like 3 or 4 different melodic parts which fit together, but maybe it's kind of like it could do with, you know, maybe taking one of them out and focusing a little bit more on the ones that are there, you know, because it's kind of a little bit here and there, you know, whereas I think if you took an element out and focused it on 1 or 2 of the ones that are there, it'd probably be a better sort of more together track, I think.
Excellent. Gentlemen, anyone? Go on, let Gary start.
Yeah, it's a powerful track,
Right,
peak
so
time
it's okay.
stuff. I like it. I agree also with Paul. A little bit. I have a little bit the cheesy feeling with the synthesizer. It's big room. It's mainstream in my opinion. Work a little bit more on the percussion stuff. All right. But cool track, powerful. Thanks.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like the power in the track, like the kick and the bass and everything. I really liked. Yeah, I felt like the melody, like maybe it's the mix down, like you can work on it to maybe thicken it up a bit. And also, yeah, the break is something I think that you can work on for a bit of improvement. Yeah, whether, like I said, removing and focusing on specific sounds. And the first break too, but the first break I felt it was a bit empty. So maybe you can change things around there to make it more effective. But overall, yeah, I really like the groove. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, I think powerful is the word. It's a powerful track. I agree with what the guys have said. My only thing is I'm hearing quite a lot of tracks that are quite similar at the moment going around. It's the drum codey word. You know, there's a lot that have the similar kind of elements, but I think accomplished track, very well produced. Personally, I said before, I'm not a breaks guy. I like to keep it going and not lose momentum a lot of the time, but all in all, very good powerful track.
Yeah, and just a bit of final feedback from me. I totally agree with what Paul's saying about just maybe revolving the whole track around one melodic idea. That'll actually then remove a lot, so you'll be able to create a bit more space, a bit more headroom, and then the dynamics in the track can really come through. If anything, it'll make it even more powerful. And again, with that one melodic idea that you'll go around, be a little bit more refined with the synth sounds, move it a little bit more with automation and stuff like that. But apart from that, I mean, it sounds great. You've got the basis of a big track there. Yeah. So thank you very much, guys. That's the end of the feedback session. Round of applause for everyone who's played tracks. Round of applause for the guys. And as I say, just to echo that sentiment, some fantastic music getting played there. There's some amazing talent in the room. So thank you very much. And yeah, we'll see you for the Spectre Masterclass in a moment. Thank you.